wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, a disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I...
What's going on, good people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Markets in the Morning. It's ATX Crypto bringing you another episode. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Yo, Bitcoin hit the freaking previous all-time high and then just got smashed down. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. We're going to be diving into HEX, Pulse Chain, PLSX, and Incentive Token, of course, the RH ecosystem, along with some crypto news. So dive in, tune in. If you're new to the channel, appreciate it, subscribe. It goes a long way. Like it as well. Push the thumbs up. Means a lot. Means you're enjoying the content. And without further ado, folks, let's take a look at some green candles. We had Bitcoin go through and do an absolute tear today, as a matter of fact, and you can see it has already now done something that has never been done pre-halving in Bitcoin's history, and that is break a previous all-time high prior to the Bitcoin halving. This has never been done before. Now I'm going to flip this up on the hourly because it kind of gives you a better candle. I actually see. So the blue line, y'all just saw me draw it out right there. This was the previous all-time high. $69,044 is the previous all-time high, and it has in fact now broken through it. It actually, as a matter of fact, hit $69,150 before it got smacked down. And it just got absolutely smacked, y'all. So pretty interesting to see that as soon as it hit 69,000, it just got decimated. You can actually break this down on a 15-minute chart as well and see it even better because it literally tapped it. I think it was at the all-time high for literally 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute. That's as high as it got. This is a 1 minute chart, and I never look at a 1 minute chart, but it did not last even 1 minute above the all-time high before it just got absolutely smacked down. And from then, it's now currently sitting at $65,201. Today is March 5th, 2024. Again, we're checking out this not only in Bitcoin and seeing what's going on with that ecosystem, but the overall crypto market space as well. So after it got its nice little smackdown, let's flip this up on a weekly. I like looking at a longer time frame as well anyways. In the grand scheme of things, it's what you should be doing. We're not trying to trade. We're not trying to do anything crazy on this one. And it looks like I'm actually capping on the audio. So it looks, let me know how the audio is in the chat. I'm going to turn it down just a smidge. It looks like I peaked a couple of times. But anyways, let me know how that sounds. Again, put a little thumbs up in the chat. Leave a like on the channel. It lets us know what's going on. Hopefully the stream setting is better this time. I had forgotten to adjust something that I normally do, but I didn't do for whatever reason yesterday. And once the stream starts, you can't stop once it goes. You have to either start and restart the whole stream. So yesterday's stream was cut a little bit short. Today we're actually diving into some crypto news. Today we're actually diving into some overall stocks. Bitcoin dominance is still actually sitting pretty high at 53% at this point in time. So Bitcoin dominance, even with the most recent smackdown, is still sitting on the higher trend. Again, altcoins, we really want to start seeing this around the 45% mark for the BTC dominance. But even then, if you're just looking at the overall Bitcoin chart, if we were to actually overlay the others, which is basically everything excluding the top 10, right? And I'm just going to put it over here on the side and make sure it's on log as well. Everything is absolutely moving with Bitcoin right now, y'all. So this is why I am paying attention to Bitcoin. This is why it's something to pay attention to, because previously what happens if you go back and look at previous times, you know, when everything was actually going through, this is back in the 2016 cycle. While Bitcoin was rallying up, everything else was kind of going down, and then it does a little surge up at the end. Once again, you actually see this happen more often than not. You actually saw it pretty often in the 2021 or 2019 cycle, going into the 2021 bull market as well. So when you look at some of these charts, you can see Bitcoin has often led the way a lot of the times, and if you're looking at just recently, everything else is rallying with Bitcoin at the same time. So it's just interesting to be checking some of this information out overall. It's very interesting to be following this, seeing how it's all going to end up playing out, seeing what we could be expecting, because as I've stated before, we have already entered the bull market as of the 22nd of January 2024 based upon previous cycles. That's 800 days from the previous all-time high, and you can see we've definitely started there, and since then it's been on an absolute tear. Hopefully some of the cryptos that you're in as well has been moving. You can see some meme coins right now are just going silly, stupid, crazy right now, as a matter of fact. Better than yesterday. Thank you for that. Much better. Awesome. So some of the meme coins have just been going just bananas lately, like, and I'm talking just wild, right? So again, I'm not trying to pay attention to the meme coins. If you're in them, have a good exit strategy in place. Put a plan in place with the 5 P's of proper preparation, preventing poor performance. If you don't have a plan in place, you are going to get absolutely decimated, y'all. Let me make sure everything looks a little bit clearer and better as well. Why not? So if you don't have a plan in place, again, my strategy with meme coins in the past, what I would do, I'm not doing this anymore, but I'm giving y'all a little bit of a tidbit if you are new to the industry, because some people are aping in. I'm getting text messages from my family, from my friends, talking about, how do I get back into SHIB? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's just, you can see that euphoric feeling once again. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's excited. And we haven't even hit the precipice of where the bull market's going to go. So y'all are all going to get to experience this as well. But what's funny is they start trying to chase the green candles, and it happens all the time. But as soon as you start hearing that, those are usually sell the news events, my friends. And you can see once Bitcoin hit 69,000, we just absolutely smashed down, right? And it just absolutely smashed the price. But what's interesting about it all is the meme coin strategy is every single time you have your initial investment, let's just say you invested $200, for example. And again, that's why I don't really mess with meme coins, because it's a small dollar amount that you're investing for hopes that it's going to turn into massive later. You start out with 200 on a double, go ahead and exit 50%. Regain your capital just immediately. Get your 200 back. At that point in time, let it ride, and if it wants to go off and do everything crazy, that is the play. Every single time the price doubles, you can exit 50%, and you just keep on stacking and stacking and stacking. Eventually, you'll leave yourself what's called a moon bag, where you essentially leave 10% of what you initially had maybe, and that way at the end of the moon bag, if it does decide to go off and rally all the way up, your $20 in that scenario, being that you had 200 initially, your $20 in that scenario would probably end up, let's just say it does 1,000x in that scenario, would be $20,000. You would have taken profit along the way properly. You would have been using house money, as they call it, even though, in my opinion, it's all your money. It's not house money, it's your money. But you do want to get in and get out on those plays quickly. Otherwise, if you're like friends and family who are trying to figure out, how do I get in? How do I buy? What do I do? They're usually the signs for the top, right? That's usually a pretty good indicator that at least a local top is going to be forming right now. And, you know, we've gotten plenty of messages and DMs talking about that as well. And I know myself, I have, so let me know if y'all have as well. Let me say hello to some beautiful folks who have joined on the stream real quick. We'll dive in a little bit more onto some history stuff and all the lessons that we can learn from looking at the charts. By the way, everything is still looking mad bullish, y'all. Let me just give you a clarity on that, or a heads up on that. Alan Fitzmay, what's up, my friend? Says, let's go. Gloria, hello. Let me actually pull this up over here and make it a little bit easier to hear not only myself, but also read the chat. So Gloria says, we must be thankful. It is a great day to be alive. Good evening to all. Good morning, good afternoon, of course, as always. Please like the stream as you enter. ETH about to rise, boys. Yeah, so recently we've had the OA possibly be swapping some of the stable coins into the Ethereum side. And, you know, we talk with my friends and stuff like that, and we're like, dude, that's a crazy play. Like, what could be the thing? And, you know, I'm seeing the bullish pump happening on the Ethereum side, and maybe the OA is looking at that as well. But we're going to talk a little bit more on that too. Jason Smith says, let's go. You never walk alone. Hey, friends. Hey, TX. BTC hit all-time high and then dumps big. It sure did. Alan Fizme says, hello to everybody. Didn't I say ATX? Wouldn't it be funny if BTC triple topped from its previous all-time highs? Lol. That fourth knock up is going to be explosive right after the halving and to the moon and the RH ecosystem goes. 100%, Alan Fizme. Have a great day for sure. What's good, Jason Smith? Atlantean, salute to you, my love. How are you? Chilling, watching this market go up and down like a yo-yo. Yeah, it's crypto, guys. It's very volatile. Like, crypto is not for the faint of heart, but get this in mind. Like, it can have the highest, fastest, best appreciation known to man, right? Like, nothing has done the gains that you can see as fast as you can see in crypto. You don't get that in legacy markets. You can go take out options and you can go take on puts and calls and all that good stuff if you really wanted to. It allows you to take on a little bit more additional leverage to help expedite the process up. But in reality, not really that good. Not really that good of an idea. So keep that in mind. Funkmaster Hex, how are you? Jason Smith says strap in. Facts. Gloria says ATX, great intro. Appreciate that. Hit the damn like button. Funkmaster Hex says appreciate that as well. Hex Glenn, what's up? Better than yesterday for the audio. Appreciate. Yeah, it should be so much better overall. I'm seeing the stream is healthy, maintaining it, loving it. Tin Top says my internet connection is wrecked today. Yeah, so my friend actually sent me, I think you can go to downdetector.com, detector, and I don't know if it's downdetector.com. Let me just see. Down Detector is one of the websites that you can do, and it looks like there's a whole slew of issues everywhere from Facebook to Instagram to Google to Gmail to Spectrum to Verizon, AT&T, Mobile, T-Mobile. You know what I mean? Like, all of these things have reported some sort of issue today. And, you know, might as well just show you as well on screen just so that way y'all can kind of see. But this is downdetector.com, and you can see, like, they all had a little blip happen where these are all instances where people are reporting. So if you see it all spike up, these are a lot of reports, basically, people saying, hey, something's going on. Flat is meaning it's good the whole time. There's no issues being reported. And you can see, look at all the issues that have happened today alone. Massive downs everywhere for a lot of these protocols. And yeah, very curious to see how that's all going to end up playing out. So Tintop, you might just be affected by what's going on there. Lucky Taylor says, everyone at work today, did you see what Bitcoin did? Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone is going to be doing it. Everyone talks about it because the mainstream media starts talking about it. They start promoting, whether it be meme coins or whatever the case may be. I hear them talking about all these meme coins on the little narratives on these clips that I see. It's just comical, man. It really is. And you know, I look at them as those are all just grifting opportunities for a lot of individuals. They don't actually have any real purpose of being there. Now, again, crypto, if you're here just for the price appreciation, you do you, boo. I'm not going to be the person who says don't go buy something or do buy something. But there's a lot better use for your capital, a lot less stress on your life. Again, if you're new to crypto, you like to start doing some things that will probably end up causing you to get wrecked because you just see the appreciation from chasing gains, from doing all of it, and eventually you end up learning, which is why if you're brand new to crypto, brand new, the way it works typically is your first cycle that you're in, which is 4 years. Your first 4 years you're in crypto. That's your learning stage. You're going to go through some mistakes. You're going to make some money. You're going to lose some money. You're going to possibly, you know, connect to a DApp and cause yourself to do something silly like have them drain all of it or try to contact MetaMask customer support and they give you give them all their seed words. Like, it's just silly stuff. It's just silly stuff, man. Happens all the time. It's going to continue to happen. That's why they do it, because people continue to fall victim to it. I mean, you see the ads of Michael Saylor talking about, I'm giving away 1,000 Bitcoin. That's not true. It's just not true. But we're going to see with the AI creation, people are going to come out with a lot more different narratives and strategies on how to do it. One of the latest ones I've seen was the MEV bot talking about the miner extracted value is something to allow you to front run some transactions to make a little bit of scalping, if you will, on some trades that happen before people can actually get it done. And what they do is they have you execute the program, but when you connect it to your wallet, it's actually a wallet drainer, and you end up losing all of it. Now, again, that's just one of the many out there, but the first cycle, you learn, right? You go through some issue, you have some hiccup. Hopefully your learning lesson is a small financial loss. And I do mean that sincerely, because I see other individuals where they've never had something like that happen, and their first time doing their financial loss is like $250,000, like we saw the other day, posted on Twitter. Someone's buddy, someone's on board, someone's friend that they've been in crypto with and introduced them with, brought in some capital from outside, from fiat to crypto, and when ended up doing something silly, connecting to a fake imposter account, and next thing you know, the wallet's drained, that money's gone. Will they do that again? Probably not, right? It's one of those, that's a heavy learning lesson. I think all of us have gone through it. It's the same thing as when your parents are like, hey, don't touch the stove, it's hot. And then you go fucking touch the stove, right? Or don't touch the pan, it's hot, right? If you've ever gone to a Mexican restaurant, I think we've all seen it too, the fajita plate. They're like, don't touch it, it's a scalding freaking thing, it's cast iron, and then you're like, psh, oh shit, it hurt, right? Like, we've all done it enough times, and I think once you do it, that's kind of a similar situation with crypto as well, in my opinion, where you end up getting burned somehow, some way, whether it be through hopping into a crypto, getting rug pulled on that crypto, hopping into a crypto that's just a garbage token, and it actually doesn't have any real interest, and it's a dead coin, but it may not rug, it's just a dead coin. Those are learning lessons, okay? Everyone's going to go through them. Every single person has gone through it. They can tell you a story. I'm sure we can look in the chat, and other individuals in this chat alone and part of the replay gang can share some stories, whether it's themselves or other people. There's a whole Twitter feed called Coinfessions, where people will go in there and anonymously, say some stuff that they have had happen to them before. And it's terrible, some things that you see and some things that you hear. But you can also use that as like a learning lesson in real life, right? And so you know what? Let me actually just see real quick. Here we go. No debt, Ben DCA altcoins with 6-figure salary. Never really sold. Retirement, here I come. That's a cool one. Coinfessions is not only to like say the stories where they got wrecked. It's also for, announcing some wins that they've also had too. And so some people end up doing that. But it says, I've been in crypto since 28. This is what I'm talking about, guys. And I'll share this, and then we'll kind of carry on part of the conversation into the first cycle you learn. The second cycle you earn. The third cycle is generational wealth, if done properly. But the way it works, it says, I've been in crypto since 2018. I've lost $100,000 3 times, folks, in crypto. First was from leverage. The other 2 was from exchanges blowing up. I sleep well at night knowing if I did it 3 times, I can do it again. This time will be different. And I really do genuinely hope so for this individual. Like, that absolutely sucks, right? Like, that's crazy. I had a Moonbird that I could have sold for more than 40 ETH, but I had too much conviction in the team. I'm still holding it today, and I'm sure if we go look at Moonbird or whatever the heck, I'm sure it probably has done very terribly, right? And their 40 ETH is now less than 1 ETH. And then the ETH right now is sitting at $3,800 or something. I believe I saw $36.75 for Ethereum, with the local high so far at this point in time of $38.27, right? Like, do the math on that, folks. Like, 38.27 times 40 ETH, you're talking about $153,000, and who knows what that amount is worth right now. We'd have to go and do some digging and find out, but like, that's what happens, folks, and this happens all the freaking time. The first cycle is a learning cycle. The second cycle is an earning cycle. The third cycle, if everything is done correctly, you should be so well off in crypto, and that's 12 years, folks. We're talking about 8 to 12 years for cycle 3 to come into play. So to expect that you're going to come in here and then in 2 months later be a multi-millionaire, I mean, sure, it's possible. There are cryptos that do it, but the likelihood and the percentage that it happens is so small that it's most likely not going to be you. And you have to take that for what it is, folks. Don't get upset by it. Take it for what it is, right? Take it at face value and understand that's the way it works. That is crypto, okay? Let me see what else we have. And again, here we go. So how can we change the new settings of Pulse Chain on MetaMask? I haven't actually checked that out. And again, I'm not quite understanding on that one. Gloria, I hear that Pulse Chain is now listing MetaMask or MetaMask is now listing Pulse Chain with logo and all that good stuff. I haven't personally tested it out. I've heard mixed reviews on if it's working or not. So before I get too crazy with it, I would love to test it out myself, but I wanted to stream first. I want to make it out and do the market in the morning update with every single person here. Hope y'all all having a wonderful time. Bitcoin has in fact now done something. It's done like 4 things that's never happened before this cycle alone, right? So this time is different. Like, we can just say it. This time is absolutely different. And you have the people who sold right now, and so you have the supply and demand thing going on, and people are still buying up Bitcoin like crazy, especially on these ETFs. You know, you got BlackRock, Grayscale, you got, you know, Fidelity, you got all these companies just doing absolute massive gains in Bitcoin alone, and then the narrative will switch, is my guess, whenever Ethereum comes out. So then you start thinking, okay, well, if Bitcoin did that on the news of just the Grayscale alone, or the ETF alone, then where does the narrative go? And I believe it was January 11th was the date, was the, January 11th was in fact the date for the ETF approval in Bitcoin. And you can see it directly by the chart. That was a sell the news event, and it quickly got bought back up, and then just an absolute rally happened from there. So my guess is we're going to see something similar when the Ethereum ETF comes out. We're going to see a pullback, a sell-off. It's a sell the news event. And then if you get these same companies and individuals who maybe did well in their Bitcoin mark already, like some people who have done it, again, you're looking at this from a standpoint of these companies look to, on average, get around 8 to 15% a year. And this alone, they've done 79% in 42 days. It starts putting eyes on things, right? Now, I'm not invested in Bitcoin. I don't have any Bitcoin holding. I think there's more opportunities elsewhere. And just the overall crypto space, through the law of diminishing returns and everything like that, even if Bitcoin was to go and hit its all-time high of Richard Hart's prediction of $240,000, you know, you're talking about a 3-4x from here. And how long does it take? Who knows exactly, but there are more cryptos out there that will allow you to do a 3-4x move faster then you're going to get it in the Bitcoin side, and not only faster, but also it'll go much higher as well. It won't just be a 3x or 4x move. It'll be insanely high. So anyways, hey TX, how long does euphoria typically last? It's a flow for sure. I mean, the ETF approval, we're switching things up, right? Like we have so many things that are different than we've had in the past, such as the economic pressure that we have on the economy right now, right? Like the rates being driven up, because all the time since Bitcoin and crypto has really been around, we've been in a 0 interest rate environment. And now we're looking at interest rates at, 5-6%. And they're not looking at dropping those possibly until June, right? And then even then, maybe even July. Or what if they drop it in June and then pause it again in July? Like, we just don't know. And typically when things are on a downtrend and they're trying to bring the inflation back down under control or lower the rates, that usually is not good for crypto either, right? So if it stays as it is right now, it looks very bullish and it looks like we can continue to go. Let's just pull up a little Wall Street cheat sheet. Typically, I will say it's quick, y'all. Usually when you get a little run up, I mean, the euphoria phase can happen through the whole time, right? You're going to get everyone talking about, I'm, up here in my belief, I'm all the way up here. And then next thing you know, it decides to go back down, and then you get a little bit of a pump again. We just need time to cool off, and then you actually get the bear market. So if we're looking at times of like euphoria, I mean, I feel like people are already feeling euphoria here. And this is where I feel like we're at right now on the overall crypto charts, right? We're still in this hope and recovery being possible. And then you get optimism where you start thinking, oh shit, everything is really happening. And in Bitcoin, I think this is probably where we are right now, right? We're probably in the optimism phase. Then you get into the other cryptos, and again, they're somewhere in this little range between optimism and hope. And then you get into the belief, thrill, and then you get into euphoria. But you're talking about Bitcoin has just done, the Bitcoin had just completed breaking its previous all-time high prior to a Bitcoin halving. That's wild. That's really bullish. You look at all of the indicators. So the indicator that I love looking at with TradingView in particular, it's called the Impulse MACD. This is very bullish, folks. Like, this is on a weekly scale, and the blue line shows no pressure of bringing that back down. Like eventually you'll start seeing it curve back down, and when it curves back down and crosses this MACD, you're going to get some little bearish wave. We've seen it happen here, and you got to see the bearish wave here. You saw it happen here, and you got the bearish wave here, right? And so, or the bearish move, should I say. And so like we're still on this right here. This is, let me just get rid of this. We're still right here, folks. This is where it's going. It's still going on the uptrend right now, right? So how high does it really want to go? I don't know, but like based on that indicator alone, look at this indicator. Let me show you how really cool this indicator is, folks. So if I break down the overall chart, and I'll just go from the 2020 bull market right here, right? So, or 2016 bull market right here. So you can see every single time this is actually sideways for a period of time. Let me see if I can zoom in to make it a little bit easier for everyone to see. All right. So this is I'll do a 4-year cycle at a time. So this is where it basically is right here. This is 2016. The blue crossed the orange. It almost came back down and went bearish for a little bit and then said nope, and then just kept going. And then guess what you got? The top of Bitcoin. And then a few days later, a couple weeks later, it crossed down below. And then what do you have? You have the bear market to ensue and to follow. And that's basically was the 2016 cycle. Well, what happens when you actually end up getting into the next cycle? Okay, well, 2020 was when we really started after the halving. And I'm just going to go from this alone. As you can see, we got the blue line going up. It didn't want to cross back down. Guess what we got? We got a beautiful top formed, and then it crossed back down. We went down. We had this little wave here, and it actually kind of did a double top. This was a massive rally on the double top side of things. So that was one of those little freak things, but then it actually went down, and that was the bear market that we now know lasted until really November of 2022, right? And so just that alone from this one move, we have just kind of started on this move, right? Like in my opinion, we've really just kind of started. Like, yeah, Bitcoin's going to pull back right now because it hit its previous all-time high. That's going to be a level of resistance, my friends. Any token that ever gets near its previous all-time high is going to have some resistance at its previous all-time high. That's a level of resistance. There's a reason why it's its all-time high. It became a resistance, right? Like, this tried to fight out of it, and it broke out of it for a span of a couple of days, and then it fell down, right? So this is like a little freak scenario, but most times it happens like this. You get a beautiful little run up. It's exactly like you see in this little photo right here. You get a beautiful little run up. As soon as it hits, you get the drop on back down. That's what happens, folks. You get the beautiful run up, and then you get the drop back down. So this lasted 18 months, or 18 months, right? So it's 665 days from there to hit the top. You go over here for it to hit its top. It ended up being roughly around 600 days as well. All these come out to roughly around 18 months is kind of what it looks at. And really right now, we've just kind of started breaking through. Now it's beautiful. What's beautiful, and I will say this just in regards to every crypto, is when something goes and does a little run up over here, and it has a beautiful little run up, by the time the Bitcoin top happens, whenever it is, 2025, 2026, I don't know where the top actually ends up occurring, but as soon as you get that top that ends up going through, the idea is that this should now be a level of support, and ideally, we can't say it won't fall below the previous all-time high because it already did that. This blue line right here that you see is Bitcoin falling below its previous all-time high. So it had never done that before. This cycle it did. So maybe this time it goes up, it hits its Bitcoin top, and then it comes down. But ideally, you should never see 15,000 Bitcoin again, right? Like that's the crazy thing because it never goes back and retraces below its previous low. No crypto, I won't say no crypto. That's a lie if I say that. But a lot of the cryptos out there don't experience something like that. Okay? And we're literally just getting started on this move to the upside. So I don't think we've really hit euphoria. Typically, it's about 12 months is a good average if you wanted to kind of give like an estimate on euphoria. But in reality, it like that final top feeling, somebody's going to be the last person, and when they buy it, they think it's going to go another 3, 4, 5x higher, and it just stops. That's the end. And then you have to wait another 3 to 4 years to really kick it off again. So hopefully, I don't think we've hit the euphoria feeling just yet, but we're getting a lot of euphoria signs, and I can't deny that. Like, again, when the normal people who do not care about crypto, even do the bear market, you're like, now's the time to get in. They're like, it's going down, I don't want to buy, because they don't buy on red days, they buy on green days. They see a pump, they want to capture that. They don't want to have they have FOMO, basically. They have fear of missing out. And so that's what you're seeing right now in crypto. You're seeing that feeling come back around. So, yeah, euphoria. How long? It's not too crazy, but it's crazy enough, right? What else we got? Hello, future multimillionaires. What's up, Addy Who? Addy WLO. Cool. Got that correctly. Nailed it. Hey, trendsetters. If Bitcoin has a correction, will RH coins go down with it? So I would say no to that question, only because of the fact of decorrelation. So a lot of the ecosystem is tied heavily through Bitcoin and correlation and decorrelation and all that good stuff. So kind of what I'm seeing right there. RH ecosystem has already decorrelated from the market, and it looks like, while we could get a times of rally together, it's not like it's a full decorrelation, meaning if Bitcoin pumps, RH tokens go down. We're going to move together, but we don't move because Bitcoin's moving, right? We just move because then the natural ecosystem is doing what it does. It's going through its price discovery phase. It's going through the full discovery of where people want to sell, where they want to buy, what the resistances are, what the supports are, normal market structures. And yes, they're going to go up together, and yes, they're going to go down together. That's not necessarily where I'm going to say it's correlated in that regard. In those moments, sure, there's some correlation, but I think they're heavily decorrelated from the overall market. Yeah, exactly. Love that. Yeah, exactly. What's up, champs? Where are we at? Whoop, the chat just decided to scroll too fast, so let me go back. Please deploy the like on entry. Appreciate that, Gloria. Much love to you. Almost got my wallet drained by a fake walrus only a few weeks ago. Oh, snap, Dr. H. That is scary. Scary, scary, scary. That's super scary, y'all. Like, I don't mess with nothing, and I don't care if I'm safe, and I don't care if I'm overdoing it. Like, there's not a need for it, y'all. There's just not a need, man. Like, I'm not trying to go out there, and if someone has a new project coming out, or if another fake alt account comes out, you like to say it's check out. You want to hear from 3 sources is the idea, right? You don't want to just try to get in, and that's where FOMO comes in. People just feel like they need to get in early. They need to get in right away. They're going to miss it if they don't. And as soon as you decide to take action or inaction, that's whenever you have beaten yourself in the butt up over it. For either way, if you end up trying to click it because you're like, oh my God, this project just launched, click and you connect your wallet, that could be the end of that wallet right there, right? So one, you always want to have at least 3 wallets in my personal opinion. At minimum, you have a safe wallet, almost like a vault that never connects to nothing ever, period, nothing, no matter what. You create it through, a hidden treasure or whatever way whatever method you want to do, ledger, treasure, whatever. You create that one. Once it's created, you reset that treasure. And why do you reset it? Because you don't want to have easy access to it. You want to be able to have to type those in, but make sure you have your seed words stored safely. Make sure they're not stored on your phone. Make sure that you don't have it on camera. All those things, right? And you can then send crypto to that safe, that vault. And you can track it through many different softwares that allow you to see the portfolio. The bank is going to be the biggest one that I would recommend, DEBANK. And they have a beautiful ability to store, track, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you can check it out there, know what the wallet address is, send your crypto into that wallet address, and that thing should never touch a DApp or anything ever, period, end of story. You got your other one, which is called a hot wallet, which is typically the DGen plays. You want to go either yield farm, you want to go do ratio trades, you want to go buy some meme tokens, you want to do all that. That's a DGen wallet, all fun, have fun. That's called a hot wallet. And then you actually want to do a cold storage wallet at minimum. And that will allow you to, again, hold crypto. And if you ever need to access it, you still can. But ideally, you should have your crypto separated at minimum into thirds. I'm always a fan of 3. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes some sense. That's scary, Dr. H. That really is, man. Finbear, best way to learn is from others' mistakes, like those of who take my advice. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the thing. It's easy to say, like, you definitely want to learn from others' mistakes. There's no doubt about saying that phrase, which is why I look at previous history. I look at whales. I see what they're doing. I track the wallets, and I dive in. How are they set up with, like, when I first got into HEX, I was like, what are these individuals doing? How do they have their stakes set up? What is the purpose? Why are they doing it that way? You know, could I set up something? And then you come up with your own investment thesis at the end of the day, and you say, cool, now I understand what I'm going to do. And you stick by that, right? But 100%, you should be trying to learn from the mistakes of others. We've heard it all the time where, you know, people are chasing the new shiny objects, and then you see them come back like, I should have just stuck with the core. You know what I mean? But again, we have like this goldfish memory where for whatever reason, you think you're special, you think you're different. And the crazy thing is, folks, you're not special, right? We're not special. I'm not special. We're just another human on this earth, given the time that we're given during our time that we have. There's going to be some highly intelligent individuals that can change the world, but for the most part, the vast majority of individuals are still doing what they do, and regardless of if we're here or not here, it doesn't make any difference. So keep that in mind, folks. Like, if you have the time for profits as well, don't beat yourself up when you hear other people like being like, why would you sell? Dude, there's times to take money. If you feel like you've done well enough, take out some cash, convert it, like, take the rewards, right? You're in this, if you're in it for money, if you're in it for the gains, take some money, right? Just sharing that with y'all as well. And I hope that makes some sense to everyone. What else we got going on? You Never Walk Alone says, thanks, big game on the weekend. Yep, sure is. As above, so below. Thank God we have an ATX. Appreciate that. ATX is awesome. Appreciate that social struggle. Until it's such a cool show. Hey, TX, and all you amazing other people. What's up, Addy P? Hit the like. Hit the like. Hold on, let me see if I can say it. Hit the like it was your favorite, like it was your neighbor's kid. Hit the like it was your neighbor's kid, lol. Yeah, Google Trend says cryptocurrency, Bitcoin Pulse Chain going up slowly. Facts. Gloria, there are a lot of fake airdrops. Please don't claim. Again, like ATX, what do you think of the Tangent wallet? I don't know enough to have an opinion on the Tangent wallet. I think MetaMask does a great job. I've actually switched over on Rabby. Rabby.io is the wallet that I would advise people to use. I think the purpose of those wallets should be a dummy wallet. So you shouldn't be holding crypto inside Rabby, inside Tangent, inside MetaMask. You don't hold those in the wallets. You simply use them as the interface, and you hold your crypto on hardware wallets, Ledger, Treasure, whatever it is for you. And then you get into the Tangent wallets or the other ones. There's just some crazy stuff out there, man. So like I do, and you always want to buy them directly from the actual source. Don't get them from Amazon. Don't get them from eBay. You know what I mean? Like, go to the actual website, pay the price on that website. Do whatever they got going for that website, but don't try to save yourself $5 or $10 to get it from a different website, and it's actually a hacked hardware wallet where you plug it in and it drains all of your funds, or it accesses and adds spyware and malware to your computer. Like, there's tons of stuff out there that's not good for you or the ecosystem or crypto, but it's out there. So try to be as safe as you can. Try to take precautions for everything that you can. But again, do I have an opinion on it? No, I don't. Thank God RH training saved my wallet when help website he sent me to requested seed phrases. Like, bro, yeah, WTF, I thought. Realized I was being scammed. Saved. Thanks, RH, and for you guys doing the training. Like, that right there is what happens when you have this MetaMask support. They're like, if you ever say, guys, I need help with MetaMask, can anyone help me? Do that on a social media site, you're going to be filled with fucking auto bots and scammers and grifters who are like, yeah, dude, I'm MetaMask customer support. Send me a DM. I'll take care of you. Hey, yeah, we just need you to type in your seed phrase. Boom, that wallet's drained. Like, don't do that, guys. Don't be silly. Come on. Like, take it. That's why people are so scared to go off a centralized exchange. But I'm not even, you don't hold crypto on centralized exchanges. Like, haven't you learned from the BlockFi, from FTX, from Voyager, from these 3 Arrow Capital? Like, didn't you learn nothing? Didn't you learn nothing? You do not hold crypto on centralized exchanges, friends and family. You just don't. You just don't. Let's take a look at the RH ecosystem right now, because why not, right? So the RH ecosystem currently, Pulse chain sitting at 3014, Pulse X is sitting at 40505, incentive token sitting at $5.34, HEX is sitting at 1.5 cents, Pulse chain HEX, that is, HEX on Ethereum is sitting at under 1 penny, so 0.0095, and that is where we are currently sitting on the overall ecosystem there. If we were to actually pull up some charts, again, this is the incentive token. I have it pulled out with the Elliott wave. I think it's still going to end up coming back up, testing out this nice little $10 range for the Elliott wave based on a simple fib retracement level. So it actually will go back up to the 618 level. It's already hit the 0.5, and will go back up to the 618. Once it gets down, it'll bounce back up again and possibly go into the golden pocket zone, where we get into the 786 618 zone, which is sitting anywhere between $11 to $25 for the ink token, and then on to the moon from there. If I was to look at the actual TA for Pulse X right now, let's pull up a quick little chart. So it looks like you got some sellers who are coming through on the Pulse X side of things right now. And they're either chasing out the, nice little pumps happening in the ecosystem. I will say the stochastic RSI is on the negative. It's already crossed over here. If I actually pull up the 15 and 9 EMA, I bet you we're about to cross. Yep, it's on the downtrend right now. It wants to go back and cross. Typically when it does cross, we end up sitting in this little zone or a downward trend for a few days. Kind of a little bit sad that people do this, but neither here nor there. What you really want to make sure that we're seeing is, again, make sure we're not breaking below previous lows. So ideally, we don't want to go below 4045 for Pulse X. If it does, it'll probably retest this level. It'll go back into the 4042. And if it wants to go even further, you definitely just don't want to be seeing that. But if it falls below 4 zeros and a 3, it's kind of that, like, they call it falling knife pattern, where it just wants to keep dropping, right? Where just basically, if it does fall below this little zone right here, and it doesn't have any intention of actually bouncing off as support, ideally, or not ideally, what happens is it'll fall below. If this level does not hold it as support for any reason whatsoever, that is, again, a falling knife pattern, and you typically end up going pretty much back down to the low. We'd hate to see that, obviously, with how much recent action we've been getting, not only in Bitcoin, but just the overall crypto market. But people start chasing the shiny object, so they sell some things that maybe haven't been pumping as of recent, because Bitcoin has done its thing, Ethereum has done its thing. And so you get people do this, where they see the ETH price on this one, and they say, well, for the last, we'll say 140 days, I've got, a 2.3x. Well, if you just did, here's the weird part, man. People do this all the time. But in just the last, we'll just do 90 days, right? So let's just pull up, what is 90 days from where we're at right now? So that puts us right around December 4th. And what was the price at that time? And what, where were we sitting? So far it's really gotten, and I'll actually measure from the upside on this one. It's really gotten like a 55% gain in the last 90 days. Well, look at the ecosystem for RH system, right? It's up 140, 185%, 280%. So like, people will get distracted when they start seeing the pumps happen and other things, but they forget to measure, comparably where it is. They look at, oh, I'm seeing these tokens pump over here, and the token that I'm sitting in is not pumping, and then they go and they sell it for whatever, and then they go chase this shiny object. It's like, it's the traffic analogy that I use all the time. But if you've ever sat in traffic, as soon as you end up hitting that lane, you get stuck in traffic. You're waiting for you're seeing all the other lanes start flying by. Next thing you know, you flip lanes, you switch lanes, and the lane that you were in starts flying, and then and then the lane that you switch to stops. This happens in crypto, y'all. It happens very commonly in crypto. So the best thing you can do is find a token that you have some conviction in, and then hold it. Like, wait until you see at least 12 months in, 18 months in. If it's not a true meme coin and you actually can hold it for a period of time, hold it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you end up in a situation where you just keep switching lanes. But ideally, once again, we really want to make sure that it does maintain above where it currently is sitting right now. At this point in time, if it does fall below, again, it really should not ideally fall below the 4045. But again, this was a small level of support around this level where we actually broke through it, almost flipped it as resistance. So we'll see how low it decides to go overall before, you know, you get the little pump that happens as well. And typically a pullback like this is a phenomenal entry price, y'all. So don't get distracted thinking I don't buy on red days. Like, no, you got to flip your mentality on this kind of stuff. If it's red right here, what a phenomenal buying opportunity, because again, you've bought whenever it felt bad, right? Like if it doesn't feel good and you're still getting used to this, it could go lower. Like that's the thing that people don't understand. They'll buy and then it'll drop another 14, 15, 20%. And then they beat themselves up because they feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't have bought. I knew I should have waited and all this. You're not going to get the timing right, guys. So just either have a strategy to DCA in on the way down. So if you have some capital, let's just say $1,000 right now, for example, you have $1,000. You can go in with either 500 if you feel comfortable, or even a little bit of a bigger stack if you want to as well. But ideally, you come in with something, right? Because what you don't want to do is like ape in. You don't want to just YOLO in. You wouldn't just be like, oh my God, I got 10 grand sitting on the side in cash, boom, and then ape in. Because then you feel that pain when it does drop another 25%, for example, and it goes down into these levels, and you're like, my 10 grand is now 7,500. I wish I would have just held it in a stable coin or whatever token I could have had, and blah, blah, blah. This happens over and over and over again. So if you have a strategy in place to say, cool, I got 5 grand to put in right here on this one. When it hits this price, I'm going to do another 2,500. Cool. When it hits this price, I'm going to throw another 2,500, and then it may drop another 4% from there. But now your overall portfolio is sitting at like maybe 8,800 because it went down, or 9,000 because it went down instead of 7,500. So that way, when it does actually end up bouncing back up again, you get massive wins on this one. Like that's a 2x move right here, just getting back to these levels. Right? Just breaking this little resistance that we have. This token will go this level, folks. I'm just saying, just letting you know ahead of time. So like this is a phenomenal buying opportunity. Whenever I look at the pulse chain price, this was my first level that we had been trying to wait for. It had flipped over the 3015 for a while, and it became a resistance for a small bit. It actually flipped it. It tried holding support. It did not hold support, and now we're going to go back down for a period of time. You can see when it does go down, it typically is lasting about 8 days. Usually when it goes above, it usually is around 8 days as well. Sometimes you get little blips that come through and come down, and you can kind of see what happens on these little levels, but it'll just go back up on the RSI, and then you get a little move down. This is kind of what you're seeing right now, right? And RSI does tend to want to go back down into this zone. It doesn't usually stay in the mid zone and then bounce back up. It does do a full correction one way or the other. It ends up going down and coming back up, going down and coming back up, going down and coming back up, right? And so looking at that alone, I'm seeing this as better buying opportunities for myself, right? And I hope all of y'all see it as well, because I do a daily DCA into the ecosystem of Pulse, PLSX, HEX, and HEX on Ethereum. I buy them tokens every single day. I've been doing it since September 15th. It's called the Pulse Challenge. You can join me along, right? I have a wallet that I keep track of, and it shows where it's currently sitting right now for anyone who wants to track it. So far, since September 15th, you can see I've invested roughly around $860, and you can see where the current value is on these tokens. Each of these has 860 invested in it, and you can see they're all up. But it's tough if you don't have a DCA strategy in place to take advantage of some of these moments, y'all. It's tough. I'll be straight up with you. Yeah, here you go. Let me see. Yeah, I believe Tangent started supporting Pulse Chain. Cool. Thanks ATX, of course. Don't hold your crypto on your phones. Yeah, it's another thing too. VRD hacks 100%, like 100%, guys. Don't crypto on your phone. Like, just don't. I know it's convenient, it's easy, but you download apps all the time on your phone. You probably connect to public Wi-Fi's on your phone. You can say you don't, but it's just not smart to hold crypto on your phone, folks. Like, just don't. It's simple as that. And I know it's convenient, and you can hold, some people, what they do is they'll hold this little MetaMask account on their phone with a little bit of capital that they can buy at any point in time, and then they transfer it to their actual cold storage wallet. Sure, I don't recommend that either, though. Just wait till you get home. Like, people are like, I have to buy right now. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like, you really don't, guys. You're so early on the crypto right now. So early. The bull market has literally started just about 2 months ago at this point, and from there it likes to go on for about 18 months. So you still got about 12 months to be taking full advantage of these prices. Could you see some massive rips in some days? Sure, but if you wait patiently enough, you're going to see some retracements. You're going to see some better opportunities. Just don't FOMO. But either way, yeah, definitely don't be holding crypto on your phone. Simple as that. Yes, they now support Pulse Chain. I heard today, which is great to hear. Cool. Yeah, that's all everyone talking about it. Yeah, Gloria talks about the 5 Ps. 100%, guys. Proper preparation, preventing poor performance. Like, I truly stick by that. Have a plan in place of when you're going to take profits, when you're going to exit, when you're going to, buy in, how you're going to buy in. Do you have a plan to say, like my DCA strategy allows me to just do this no matter what? I wake up, I buy. Simple as that, regardless of what the price is. And I think everyone could still have at least another 6 months of this opportunity ahead before we really start ripping. And yeah, that could mean you're buying at a higher price later than what you could have had right now, but that's why you do it. If you're going to have regrets on this kind of stuff too, pay attention. It's also a good idea to have a separate laptop computer just for your crypto, where you purely use it for crypto, no surfing the web, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely certain levels to the crypto security game that you can go. The very first one is, again, don't take pictures of your seed phrase. Don't store them on your phone at all. Don't put them in your notes or in your iCloud or on Android or in your Google Drive, or just don't do that kind of stuff. And then, again, you just get further and better, right? You start out with writing your seed phrase down on a piece of paper. Cool. The next level you can go is laminate that paper. Go buy a lamination machine. It costs maybe $10 on Amazon, $20 on Amazon. Then you take that and just laminate it. Cool. And then you go make multiple copies of it, just in case one of them gets lost for whatever reason, neither here nor there. Again, don't be walking around with your seed phrase on in your wallet. Like, you know what I mean? Just if you laminate it, I see people will say, like, walk around with it, hold it. Like, don't do that kind of stuff. I know I lost my wallet many times whenever I was younger. I haven't lost my wallet in years. Knock on anything right there. But all those things go into play, right? And whenever I'm seeing all these things and then you just go into like the next level is, stainless steel, and then you get the next level of a safe, and then you get the next level of multiple locations. And like, there's definitely levels that you can go to better your security, and you should always constantly want to improve your security as much as you can. Because again, like, while it may not be millions right now, it could be millions in the future, y'all. Right. And that's kind of the idea that you should be looking at. Like, you want to be paying attention to this kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, exactly. Good people, can you recommend a small laptop, not Apple? I have all Apple products. Well, I've heard through friends and stuff like that Linux is not the way to go. So if you're seeing anything on Linux, I would avoid that. Unless you've used it before. The Chromebook is always the easier one, right, that you'll see all the time. And if it's used strictly just for crypto purposes, right? So you can actually download all this stuff and make it very simple. You don't download any of the other installations. Don't download any other apps if you're using it for crypto wallet or crypto laptop purposes only. That kind of stuff. Make sure that you're all set there. But other than that, again, I think Chromebook is going to be probably, if I had to guess, the main winner out of everyone's recommendation. Relatively inexpensive, a couple $100. Doesn't come bloated with a whole bunch of stuff. Now, granted, there is some stuff on there, but nothing too crazy. It's not going to be like a Apple product where it's going to cost you, $2,000 just to have a MacBook or something like that. And again, don't ever buy anything pre-owned, right? If like you're using it for crypto, think about this, right? Like just try thinking for 2 seconds. Does this sound like a wise decision? If it sounds wrong in your gut, it's most likely wrong in general. What is going on? Why is my phone blowing up right now? Okay, cool. No, it's good. All right. Whew. I was wondering. Okay, cool. Hold up. Let me see. I don't know. Cool. So I want to make a little intro for if you've ever seen the Troy and Abed and the community Troy and Abed in the morning. I want to make something like that for ATX Crypto. ATX Crypto in the morning. Anyways, I'll figure that out. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I never actually do, right? I think we've all been there before. It's always fun starting a new project, but then to continue on and actually keep on doing it. And then for some becomes a job if you don't actually have real passion in it. And that's usually when you drop doing that kind of stuff. I've had that happen so many times, and I've been able to be thankful that I've gone with this YouTube thing and have so much fun with it for over a year and a half now, and sharing the insights and information and what I can with everyone here, with all the people who come through, all the live chats, all the support from subscribes. It all means a lot, guys. It really does. It's all greatly appreciated. And yeah, again, only for crypto. Yeah, I would definitely say in that situation, I would definitely say probably in the ballpark of a Chromebook is kind of the recommended norm that you'll get more often than not. All right, what do we got going on in the crypto news? There's plenty of stuff happening all around. We already know that, but what do we have going on in the crypto news, right? So this is one. You got latest altcoins news. You got altcoins nearing all-time highs. In February, you got people focusing on it. You got these fun little tokens that have done what they do. Token surge double digits as Bitcoin shrugs. GBTC stream. Solana launches token extension. Manta gains 30% in 24 hours. Radwork sees 41% gains. UMA 134%. So that's all in the altcoin news. Is there just regular news? Yeah, let me just see. That's Do Kwon's U.S. extradition stricken by Montenegro courts. What else we have? Binance leaves Nigeria, suspending all Naira services. Virginia authorities pass bill to foster blockchain innovation. What else we have? Bitcoin ETFs under review by South Korean regulators. Crypto fear and greed index reaches 3-year high. I believe that for sure. I'll click that because this is 100% where people are seeing it. Damn, it became 90? God dang. I saw this when it was like 83 the other day. 82 yesterday. That makes sense. There's a reason why Bitcoin just went kaboosh and just decided to fall down. It's because that fear and greed, extreme greed, is when times of profit should be had. Y'all just keep that in mind. The graph shows the metric has seen below 70 for several years. Hey, you definitely want it below 70, right? We either want it in fear. Fear is like beautiful. If you can get it over here, oh, dude, you're buying at such a great opportunity right there. Greed. Yeah, you're probably going to end up buying the local top, if not, buying the new top for a little while. That's usually how it works. What else we have? Against the rise, the volume of liquidations on the future. Let's talk about liquidations for a second. People got absolutely decimated through the liquidations. So far, in the last 24 hours, there's been 700 million people have been liquidated. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Like 417 because it was long. Oh shit. 283 because it was short. My gosh, folks. Gosh, come on. Just in Bitcoin alone in the last 24 hours. Oh, that's just last hour. Let's pull up last 24 hours. Just in Bitcoin alone, there's been 228 million liquidated. 141 was because they went long. 87 because they went short. Ethereum was sitting on 127 of the 127 million of the 700 so far. Talking about 54 who went long, 73 who went short. You can actually see the liquidation chart on this as well if you ever wanted to, because current price is sitting at 64,000. All the people who went long over here are basically shorting, basically saying that, Bitcoin's not going to go above. Yeah, well, Bitcoin hit 69,000 and then just wipes out so many people, liquidated. And then you get all the other individuals. Look how fast this chart goes too. Like, it's quick, guys. It went from... Again, this is wild. We'll even do the 1 hour here. It went from just in 24 hours, right? Not even 24 hours. How many hours is this? 17 hours. It went from 68,700 all the way down, bless you, to 63,384. Why are you trying to short or long right now? Don't go take on leverage. Don't go trying to bet against the market. It's gonna absolutely wreck you. People can see your positions. It's not like you're hidden. It's not like it's unknown where people are sitting to be liquidated. It's all shown. It's all of it shown. And again, like that's just on the Bitcoin side. If you actually look on Ethereum, the similar situation happens with its heat map as well. The liquidation heat map. So you can actually see current price 36.25, right? Anyone who basically said that Ethereum wasn't going to end up reaching around 3,800 because they're shorting Ethereum over here, get liquidated. All the people who say, well, it's long and I went long, and then as soon as the price ends up touching 3,500, get liquidated. There's over 9 billion to be liquidated, my guys. Like, not good. Not good. That's again on the high side, 1.5 billion to be liquidated if the price ends up reaching just 4,093. And that's not that far off where Ethereum can get to. Like, it got pretty damn close at 38.28 before, because it's tied very heavily with Bitcoin. It went down as well whenever Bitcoin had its recent pullback. But just imagine that it decides to do its little run up again. It doesn't take very far to be in this $4,000 range, y'all. Even from here, it's only like a 10% move. Like, it's not that far fetched for crypto to see 10% moves. It's really not. You can see days where Bitcoin or Ethereum on this one has moved, 10% in some days. Like just this candle alone. 3% alone, just in that one candle. You get a couple of those in a row. And again, this is hourly, mind you. If you actually go into the days, this is one day. One day is 10%. That happens fast. Do not go try to take on additional leverage. Do not try to short. Do not try to long. Just hold the crypto. There's nothing wrong with just holding, y'all. There's nothing wrong with it, because right now, all the metrics are still showing very bullish moves for me. My same little chart that I talked about earlier with the Impulse MACD, same thing over here. But people are absolutely getting freaking wrecked, right? And it works on both sides. It's not like the people who were like, oh my God, I'm going to go long on Bitcoin at 65,000 because it's going to start rallying into new all-time highs. As soon as you decide to do that, you go take on 2x leverage, 3x leverage, 5x leverage, whatever it is that you take on. As soon as you decide to do that, the price just goes poof, and it humbles you real fast. Don't do that. If this is your first cycle, you don't need to take those. You don't need to take those risks. You really, really don't, guys, because overall right now in crypto, all the market is looking mad freaking bullish, guys. Super bullish. This is the overall total crypto market cap, right? Still sitting on $2.3 trillion right here. Still on a very upward trend with the blue indicator for my MACD that I talked about. Right here, just going roo-doo-doo, and then before you know it, it's going to be all the way above all the previous all-time high for where it was for the overall crypto market cap. And again, I get it. This doesn't include all the market. I get it. I know. I'm familiar with that. But either way, this is where people are looking right here. And this is showing by around this time, April 2025, we're going to figure out which way it wants to go. If it decides to maintain the trend that it has been for quite some time now at this point in time, right? Like, it's been quite a while since we've pulled this trend out. This is all the way from where the total 3 actually began, or total market cap began. And you just go do, and then next thing you know, it goes freaking wild crazy, y'all. Anyways, I share that because again, people are getting absolutely wrecked on what they're doing. Give me one sec here. One sec. All right, cool. And I think I got that from freaking Abed too, man. I don't know if I do the cool just from him. I seen him on Avatar the other day, and I started saying cool again, which is hilarious. If you're watching Avatar, the real live action style or whatever, you get to see him once again. Anyways, hit the like hexkins from Tom Sunha. Appreciate that. I will get a Chromebook tomorrow. Appreciate that, of course. If your puppy isn't sleeping, say hello. Yeah, they're all napping right now. They're chilling. Yeah. And I will tell them hello from Miss Gloria and from all the lovely individuals. And definitely, guys, smash the like button for the pups, right? If you're a pup lover, subscribe, because occasionally you'll get to see some pups on the channel with me. If you're an animal lover in and of itself, again, much love to every single one of y'all. Mad respect. I think right now at our house we have 8 dogs. 8 dogs here right now, a cat and 3 snakes. So what are y'all's animals like? How many pets do you have? Let me know down in the comments below. If you're watching this on the replay gang later, put how many comments or put how many pets you have. Or if you don't have any, what pet you would like to have. I know my wife has a dream of owning a Cane Corso one day. And so I'm sure we'll own a Cane Corso one day, right? That's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, we do have plenty of pets at the moment right now too. Back to the news. Any other interesting news going on right now in crypto? Let's just pull up another crypto website real fast for being crypto. XRP could see more bullish momentum according to its indicators. Solana price forecasts. Bitcoin breaks all-time high, first time since November 2021. This is why the crypto bull market hasn't even started. Shiba Inu price plummeted 50% on this exchange. Lol. And that's probably after everyone got in, because again, I told you I was getting messages from peeps being like, how do you get into SHIB? And then the fucking price drops. I haven't looked at SHIB on a price chart in forever. Do I want to pull up a price chart? Yeah, let's just see if we can. SHIB. Shiba Inu. We'll just do it right here versus the, I'll just go on Coinbase. Yeah, that happens quick, y'all. This is everyone getting excited. They're like, oh my gosh, it's back. And again, this is on weekly, so you can kind of see. Let me actually switch it up here and do it on a daily. You can see how fast people get excited about it. And they're like, oh my gosh, crypto's here. It did a 4x in 8 days. Again, we've seen this in the cryptos that we're in, so I'm not too excited when something does this. But this is, again, a massive indicator of people coming in, and you are the exit liquidity for so many individuals who have been buying all the way back down here, right? All the way during this time period. You're the exit liquidity for these folks, right? And that's just how it works. That's just how it always goes. You're always the one holding the bag. Even right now, it's still down 28% in the span of just a little bit of time. It's not even that crazy. If I was to pull this up on hourly once again, just to kind of check it out. Yeah, dude, it was a massive wick down. Look at that. Watch out. People got app, and they probably took on leverage, and they probably did a whole bunch of other stupid shit. Yeah, don't go chasing green candles. Don't go chasing green candles. They're just gonna get you wrecked in the long run. Yeah, that's a great singing right there. That's some great singing right there. Hope y'all enjoyed the beautiful song. What else we got for crypto news? German multinational enables crypto trading for institutional clients. Meme coin dog with hat jumps 25%. Stupid. Dude, that's just, you hear the mainstream media talking about that kind of stuff too. If they're talking about it, it's too late. You're not early. These two key Ethereum ETFs put on ice as SEC looks for feedback. Stupid. Blue chip NFT sold for $16 million in return to risk on crypto. Pfft, that's crazy. Why President Joe Biden re-election will benefit Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Don't really care about the politics side of things. What else do we have overall? Let's see if we can go here. Coachella gives NFTs a second try after FTX integration debacle. They just don't learn. How Euler Finance made its comeback after a $200 million exploit. Arizona Senate advances efforts to add crypto state requirement funds. Polyverse testnet is live. None of this is fun. U.S. seeks to modify CZ's bond ahead of sentencing. These are all about 57 minutes ago. So what else do we have? Bitcoin ETF assets more than halfway to surpassing gold funds. I believe that. Price surges. Bitcoin price surges past 69,000, hit all-time high. Definitely did. Blockworks and Bankless announced permissionless cheat sheet. 45% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in more than 3 years. Yeah, for about 1 minute, y'all. For about 1 minute, everyone who bought Bitcoin was in profit. That's what happens when something hits its all-time high, right? We've talked about this before, but when something hits its all-time high, no matter when you buy, everybody's in profit. And about for 1 minute, everybody was in profit. Blockworks and Bankless announced permissionless 3, the event for crypto natives, blah, blah, blah. Wormholes, cross-chain messaging layer. All right, cool. What else do we have? Robinhood partners with Arbitrum, ease layer 2 access. Here we go. Flip up to the news. Active users on Ethereum layer 2 surges to new all-time highs. Our most read stories this week after Bitcoin breaks. Airdrop arrives on Bitcoin with ordinals. Tron hits. These are all from March 1st. I remember seeing those, so not going to look at that. You today. Solana predicted to make major gains. Doubt it if it doesn't go down again. Because there's a day where Solana's going to go down and it doesn't go back up. Like, I'm just telling you right now. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know what's going to be the reason. There's a day where you're going to be in Solana and you're not going to be able to get anything out of it. And then you're going to be freaking out and it's just going to stay down. It's just going to be down. It's just going to stay down. What Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto predicted about crypto in 2009? Don't care. Doge price prediction for March? Don't care. $50 billion Bitcoin ETF smashed through major milestone. Believe that. These meme coins are most whale dominant. 100% of Bitcoin wallets currently in profit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For about 1 minute, y'all. For about 1 minute, everyone was in profit. Literally every single person, no matter when you bought Bitcoin, was in profit, unless you shorted it, and then you got fucking liquidated super quick. All right, cool. What else we have on this today on chain? Let me just go through some quick little news. Dow falls more than 300 points as Apple leads tech-driven. That's great. If you actually, I want to see it kind of like stocks start to fall, because stocks have been just on an absolute tear, still making all-time high. I'm on a freaking hourly. Get out of here, man. I'm at least going to go back to the weekly on this one. So stocks were still breaking through its previous all-time highs constantly, and it just kept on going through, breaking. This was its previous all-time high right here, by the way, on January 16th, and it basically kept on going for about 48 days, right? It just kept smashing through its previous all-time high. You want to see retracements. Retracements are good. It's healthy. People want to be moving away from the S&P 500, from stocks, getting into, say, crypto and other items as well. You want to pay attention to the DXY. The dollar, is basically, you want this to be on the low side. When has been the highest time in crypto? It's typically when the dollar is actually going down. You can see the previous market top in 2020 all the way to 2021, even up until, June 2021, the dollar was going down. You really want to actually see that same thing happen. We're seeing the same thing happen here. This is roughly around the time when Bitcoin really started taking off. October was when the dollar started going down. Bitcoin started going up around the November timeframe, right? So you really want to make sure that the dollar keeps on going down. And I think that's going to kind of wrap it up for the news on this one. Yeah, dude, there's plenty of stuff going on. Yeah, you never walk alone. Says ATX Crypto got talent. You silly, man. What's up, Benny Davis? How you doing, my friend? I haven't any pets at the moment because I live on 2 continents. However, when I decided to stay put, I will have dogs and cats. Of course, Gloria. Of course. Doggies and kitties are the best. Hit the likes for sure. Much love to every single one who ends up hitting the likes. All the love for everyone who comes through on the stream. This has been another fun market in the morning with ATX Crypto. Bitcoin has hit its previous all-time high already. It looks like things want to continue going up. I know we're seeing some pullbacks. Cool. Retracements are healthy in crypto, by the way, y'all. So you actually want to see some retracements. It is a very healthy move that you don't want to just see. When you see a parabolic move, that's that euphoric feeling that we talked about in the very beginning, looking at the Wall Street cheat sheet. When you get into that euphoric feeling, it's just going to come back down. It's going to go up, hit a really high top. You want things to kind of go up on a nice, smooth system, so that way it just keeps on going up in an easy strategy, in an easy method, in an easy way. Other than that, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here today. I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members as well. We had a phenomenal stream on Sunday. To everyone who wants to join, you're welcome. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in tomorrow's Market in the Morning, and I'll see you then. Peace.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game.